Welcome everybody to Rob's MetalWorks. Tonight is such a special evening as we bring you a musician, a vocalist, a guy that I have been a huge fan of since the early days of my metal thrashing madness. Yes, I have with me the man, Nasty Ronnie of Nasty Savage. Sir, it is my privilege and honor to have you on our program.
Hey man, first off, it's a pleasure to be here in the great state of Texas and then in the great city of San Antonio. It's one of our favorite places to be, and to be on Rob's MetalWorks, man. I'm jacked up, brother. I'm jacked up.
Woo! We're gonna have a good go around tonight, Ronnie. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. We have lots of ground to cover, so let's get started. First of all, it's such a privilege and honor to have you back in San Antonio, and I want to give props to the promoter, Simon from Chronic Productions, for bringing you down here. He always brings out the best, and he's old school, man. But when I found out that you were coming back to San Antonio, I was like, oh my God. I remember, in my teenage days, jamming to all your music and just loving the vivacity of what you did as a frontman. So let's start there. You were kind of like back in the day, like this very physical guy. Like you were a big guy, but yet very athletic, and you did all these crazy. I'd see you throw yourself on stage, and of course you were known for the TVs, and I see cuts on your hand. I see blood. I saw the cut on your head right now. I saw the picture with the Band-Aid on your head. Yeah. You just haven't ceased doing that, even at your tenure.
Well, Nasty Savage has just always been very real. So when I get involved with something, I kind of said, I'm not really a singer, but I just play one on stage. but am I a painter who paints a picture? See, life is a blank canvas, man. And who wants to just be normal, I'm kind of a Nasty Savage that says maybe cross between pro wrestling meets Alice Cooper meets Jim Morrison meets Slayer or Metallica. My deal is when you step on that stage, it's kind of sacred. You just got to make the most of it. Like you make the most out of every day in life, man, about your life, your relationships. But when it's time to be a performer, because I guess I am, from my heart. So, it's time to go to work. I pull the switch and bam, Nasty Ronnie comes out. And, it's physical, it's mental, it's psychology. But I try to give a message to the people because back in the day, I was smaller then, but I was still kind of a big guy. But, that was the 80s, man, the 82, 83. So to be back in San Antonio, man, with some real thrashing fans who love crazy shit, man, it's like I'm all in. I've been looking forward to this because some of our greatest fans is right here in San Antonio, the beautiful city of San Antonio, man. Great people.
I've seen some footage recently, and I always kind of have loved like you just said, you're performing. You go out there and perform, and you come out with the walker. You come out with a walker like you're hurting, and then some riffs start throwing down, and you're 20 seconds into the song, and you start smashing that walker, and the Nasty Ronnie comes out and says, "I'm alive and well." When you think about where you are in your career, how do you feel about what's been happening? That people are still invigorated by the name Nasty Savage and by you and coming to see you perform.
Well, I mean, like you said, guys like Simon from Chronic who made that call to say, we want you back or I want to book you in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people, if it wasn't for Simon right here from Chronic Productions, we wouldn't be here tonight. So, I mean, it's visionaries like that who believe, who support, and who are our forefathers and grandfathers, and because we need more people like that to bring whatever's true to you, work the system, make it happen. And so they brought us back, and we're here. But you talked about the walker, but I need that walker to walk, man. It's not fake.
Oh, really?
But the music, the music makes me forget about it. It's like Ponce de Leon or something. All of a sudden, boom, I'm back to normal and I'm smashing it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man, but it kind of supports me, and then all of a sudden I'm okay, and then it's time to get rid of it.
Right.
Just to get rid of it.
Right. You know, one of the things too, I mean, sure, you know, theatrics and the performance and just the sheer veracity of what you would do on stage was a huge part of your success. But still, I mean, you guys really put out some killer ass music. And one of the things that I, as a fan, always loved about Nasty Savage is that nobody sounded like you guys. You didn't sound like anybody else. Nasty Savage was Nasty Savage. And I think that, you know, I hate to categorize or use, you know, words to categorize, but, you know, power thrash was, I think, the motif that people put with Nasty Savage. Talk a little bit about that, and also talk a little bit about the fact that your guitarist, David Austin, is still with you after all these years. You and he are still the only original members of the Heyday lineup, but still, I mean, he's right there with you doing it and thrashing those riffs too.
Well, you know, the music is, like I said, I really wasn't that singer, so I was more a performer, but I am a singer, but I do what I do. So I didn't want to. Right away I said, man, the name of the band is Nasty Savage. I'm Nasty Ronnie, the wildest singer ever. I said, we're going to put our money together, guys. And within about 1 year, we're going to be signed. We're going to save our money. And we're going to do a demo tape called Wage of Mayhem. Yep. And I said, there's going to be about 4 songs on it. We're going to put our money together. And within 1 year, we're going to be signed to a record label. We're going to be getting fan mail from all over the world. And we're going to be touring. So I had a dream, you know, I had a vision, and it was like a business plan, and the guys bought into it. So we did exactly what we said we were going to do, and now, you know, till the 90s, early 90, we went all over and did a lot of stuff, and great travel adventure, and did our music the way we do it. And Nasty Savage is... So at that time, when I said I want to do a demo, that's because we didn't want to stay in a bar and play 4 sets of an hour each, and you know, and other people's music, because I don't really sound like Rob Halford, and I have stuff inside me that I needed to get out, and it's the lyrics, and it's the words, but without the music, man, like you said, the music just, it's like hypnotic to me because I don't play any instruments. I just go with what I feel. And Nasty Savage music is, you know, it's powerful, it's complex, it's heavy, it's progressive. And, you know, David Austin and Ben and everybody in the early days just wrote some killer stuff. But the guys in Militia, who another great band, and James, you know, Rivera and everything. It's so great to be back with these legends for Texas metal. And James is a legend in other places. And he'll say he's a legend. but so it's okay if I say he's a legend, because he is. He's a badass singer, you know, just a cool guy and very smart and just. But the guys in Militia, David just told me, he said, you know, the dude last night in Militia, he said, you know, I haven't listened to those songs in 20 years. Wow. He goes, but I listened to them today because they were in Houston last night. Yeah. And he said, they've stood the test of time. Yeah. They've stood the test of time. And throughout that test of time, no one else has sounded like that because it's got our own kind of stamp on it. So it was really a nice thing that they said. But it's just something that I always wanted to just be original, and I got the right guys to, because it's everybody. It's a team effort. And I tell you what, the guys that are with us now, Pete on guitar, Sykes, and then we got Scotty Carino on the bass, and Jim Coker. Jim was in Brutality. Just they're great guys, and we have it's so important, man. If you're doing something, a cohesive unit where there's no drama, you know, there's nothing but positive vibes. When you start getting older in life, you got to deal with positivity. You know, you got to be positive. So you got to have positive vibes, and you got to have a game plan and be professional. You show up, take care of business. You say you're going to do something, do it. You know, take care of the people who are taking care of you, but take care of these band members, because it's really about the guys. You know, without them, I'm nothing. Without me, you know, they don't have a singer. So, we have one goal is just to do the best we can and just try to be professional and have fun and enjoy the time that we have. Like in this room tonight, man, right here where we're at.
It'll never happen this way again.
It's the moment, man.
Yeah.
We're in the moment, guys.
Yeah.
So when you're in the moment, just make it happen. I mean, when I'm around people, I want to be around leaders. I want to be around winners because I have no time for anything but moving forward.
Right.
My glass is always going to be half full. That's right.
That's beautiful, Ronnie. And, I'll be candid and frank with the people who are going to watch this interview around the world that even before we started shooting tonight, and I called Ronnie, I said, Ronnie, I'm ready to interview. He says, Rob, I know you got work to do. Where are you at? You come to me right now. Let's do it. And I thought that was very considerate and very nice of you. Because we're wanting something from you.
Right.
So thank you so much for that. And like I told you even off camera, I said, man, I really, really appreciate that. I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't always meet people who are that considerate. So thank you very much, sir.
It's really cool that you acknowledge that. But you know what? Whatever success Nasty Savage has had, it's because of marketing. And when you're marketing with media, you got to take care of the media.
Yeah.
Now, this day and age in the media, there might be fake news, there might be hate news, but we're dealing with heavy metal news and the marketing of metal and the promotion and the help and the relationship you build with media. So throughout the career of Nasty Savage, that was my deal, is working with the media. So to give, you got to get. To get, you got to give. And when I knew you were serious, and I made it. I just said, whatever you need, let's do it. I was sleeping. I was. But I said, fuck, let's just do it.
Yeah. This business, is all about relationships. And earlier, for some of you people who did not catch on, Ronnie talked about the Wage of Mayhem demo. Obviously, that got listened to by people at Metal Blade Records. Then the self-titled debut came out. And you guys had a long strew, Indulgence, lots of great records that came out. Through Metal Blade. And Ronnie, I want to talk just a little bit technicality because I think people want to know, sometimes, you have musicians who have recorded, these legendary pieces of music, and nowadays it's kind of becoming a little trendy to kind of reissue and remaster and blah, blah, and remix, old recordings. Is that something that you think that you would ever do with some of the old Nasty Savage records, or is that kind of out of your hands? Is that in Metal Blade's hands?
We could do whatever we want, but to do that with more studio time and effort and all that. But
you could record some of those old tracks, but I'm talking about the master recordings of like, say, for example, the debut or Indulgence. Metal Blade owns that stuff, and you can't do anything with it.
It's been a big issue with the contracts. It's like reading Greek, and there's a word called perpetuity. We learned what that meant, but we knew it before we did it. But we don't even have a signed contract, and they won't give us the signed contract. I don't think they still have the rights, but all that stuff, then we bring back the other members and this guy, and it's back to that shit. So what we'd like to do, and we are working on some new material. But one thing you mentioned about coming to San Antonio and things like that in the beginning, and sending the demo tape to Metal Blade, there was a radio station here called 99.5 KISS FM, and a guy named Tracy Barnes.
Yeah.
And Tracy's boss was the Godfather, right? Joe Anthony, right?
Yeah.
Legends in heavy metal, and legends to San Antonio. And what they did, and this is what the guy from Metal Blade told me, is they sent Tracy Barnes, because he used to play us all the time on his show. Yeah. One of our first Texas tours was from KPFT in Houston, Texas, radio. We did Houston, Austin, and played in San Antonio on their demo tape tour. But Tracy sent the demo on a reel-to-reel to Metal Blade. He said, you guys should check Nasty Savage out. Man, these guys are raising hell in Texas and from Florida. And that was somebody that helped us get signed. It's not only about media and stuff, but the promoters, because those are the people who, they put it on the line. They're gambling, man. These guys aren't made of millions of dollars or thousands and money. They have to work hard for it. So you guys supporting the scene is a great thing. And I would encourage everybody to go out and support heavy metal in Texas or all over the world, and support shows like yours. Get the hits up, share it. Let people know if it's a new band out there, reach out, because this is a great medium for you.
Ronnie, you quickly mentioned the fact that there's new material in the works for Nasty Savage. Was that material the material that was supposed to be released in 2017?
Which
I had heard rumors about that Nasty Savage was going to release new music in 2017.
well, we're still at that point.
Okay.
But so I've got quite a bit of cool lyrics and concepts of things, but what I have to do is get the music to write to.
Right.
So, it's a longer process these days, and it's just you got to have a lot of money to go in the studio. You do it with Pro Tools in someone's room or in the house, but it's still time and effort, and then we got to practice and get those songs down. So what we've been doing now is playing playing what we have and the classics, really, the ones people really want to hear, because we can't play all the ones they want to hear. And so the new music is a goal of ours that we want to do, and eventually I hope to God we do that. But until then, we're having a blast going out back on the road. And we played in Atlanta just last Friday. We played the Mass Destruction Fest.
Wow.
We headlined that on a Friday. And then Tuesday, when I was there, the guys called me from Municipal Waste, and they were touring with Toxic Holocaust. And the dudes are like a Nasty Savage, and he goes, man, the other band's out. Something happened. Can you guys play? I said, well, give me your agent and have him call me. So I did a deal before we went on, before we went back to the gig.
Nice.
So we played that Tuesday in Tampa.
Nice.
And, we usually headline. So we're going on at 9 o'clock, the magical hour, man. Magical hour. That's when the kids are hot and ready. And the other two bands were awesome, man. All those guys were killer band. But when we came on at 9 o'clock, we fucking blew them away.
Wow.
I'm not saying we blew the other band away. We blew the people away.
Yeah.
Those guys drew the people because we were just like a guest, mystery guest that they did find out. But it's just good when you get out and people give you props and say, man, we're a big fan of Nasty Savage. And, because sometimes we take things for granted, what we did do in life and maybe how we affected others and the music or the show. So tonight here in San Antonio at the Rock Box, you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do tonight?
This will come out after the show.
I know it's going to come out after the show. I'm going to burn some images in people's brains. I mean, if anything, you're going to take something home with you. It's going to be your memories. Memories of an entertaining show. Let's entertain you. Like Freddie Mercury, let me entertain you.
I was telling my girl, I'm like, this guy breaks TVs on his head. She was like, what? I'm like, yeah.
I didn't think of that, man. That might be happening.
Oh,
that might be happening tonight, Rob.
I hope it does.
That might be happening, and I'm scared. I'm really fearful for what's going to happen. It's a distortion man. It happens, man. But it's like I might be older, but I should be wiser. But I'm still going to burn images in people's brains.
Oh, there's going to be people tonight who are seeing Nasty Savage for the first time, and they'll never forget it.
Yeah.
So Ronnie, just quickly, just to make sure that I got, will we see a new Nasty Savage record in 2019, you think?
Oh, man, that's just 2019. We're in 18 now, so you never know. Maybe an EP.
Yeah.
Maybe, it's just...
There's the man.
There's David right
There's
there.
David. Oh, my God. Hey, David, how you doing?
Where are you leaving?
Where are you going, man? Come say hi, David, real quick
Yeah,
to the people
because
out there.
they're asking about new music.
Oh, yes, David. That was the question we were just asking right now.
Bring
Please do. And
sit on this side.
over here. And David, we were talking about you earlier. I asked about you earlier as an original member of the band, but I put Ron in the spot right now. I said, hey, because he said, we're working on some stuff. I said, so tell me, will there be new music in 2019, you think?
I think so. Yeah.
You think so?
I think when we get back from this right here, I have a lot of ideas that I've had for a long time. Just really haven't had the opportunity to put it all together, but it's coming for sure. Absolutely.
Would you prefer at this point, just because of the the day and age that we live in, would you prefer to do like a full length or really like a EP?
I think we'll start off with an EP and kind of see how that goes. And and see how it's received and everything. See if we can get the right deal. That way we can start, doing, be more actively touring and maybe doing a lot more festivals in Europe and and that sort of thing. Yeah.
So I'm going to move on to this next phase of the interview, and I was about to ask Ronnie, but you guys have kind of just been doing these kind of sporadic shows these last few years, and it still seems like people are still crazy and love Nasty Savage, not only just because of the performance. And I was telling Ronnie, yeah, you're a big part of that, but people just love the songs too, man.
Yeah, I mean, people still seem to dig it. Matter of fact, last night, there was had a lot of people come up to me that, they haven't really listened to the stuff in a long time, and they were just as thrilled last night, even at this time of our life, we still get up there and try to kick ass a little bit, for our age, and people are into it. I think a lot of those tunes, stand the test of time, and people are digging it. So yeah, if we're the feedback that we're getting makes it more fun and makes us want to do it that much more. So that's what we're looking to put out new music and get active out there and do a lot more touring if we can.
So you guys are as we head into the holidays now, obviously we all take a little break. What do you kind of foresee? What would you like to do for 2019?
2019, first and foremost, get busy writing new material. That's the first thing. And we're getting right now, matter of fact, Ronnie just told me today that we have 4 shows in the works right now, a couple of festivals and a couple of just headlining gigs. Yeah. And so we'll see how that pans out. And other than that, really just getting out there and touring, putting out some new music is the main thing. I'm pretty excited about it. And Ronnie has probably enough lyrics to do an album right now. So, I need to get on the ball. We're all busy a little bit. We have kids and stuff and work and those sort of things. So you try to come up with manufacture the time to get down and really, get your head into writing music instead of worrying about your daughter or your son and all that kind of stuff.
Or your girlfriend. Ronnie was also telling me too that you guys have a stellar band right now. With Coker and Carino and Sykes being part of it.
It's working out well. Pete, a matter of fact, I just met him last year when he joined the band.
And he's talking about Pete Sykes, their other guitar player.
Pete Sykes, the new guitar player.
And I always kind of find that chemistry a little weird because you have 2 guitar players in a band, and there always might be some friendly competition and stuff like that. And then if you're the guy who started the band, you're like, hey man, it's my band,
I'll tell you that when the first time I met Pete, I talked to him on the phone, but the first time I met Pete was basically on stage in Brooklyn. We had never played together, and we had to get up there and do a complete Nasty Savage set list, And so that's when basically me and Pete met, and it was, we shook hands, we got together, said hello, and we're like, we'll see you at the end of the set, we'll we'll see what happens here.
Are you a fan of Nasty Savage?
Actually, Pete was big.
Pete's right there, man. Tell me, Pete, tell me. Are you a fan of Nasty Savage?
Yeah, man. I can't say honestly that I listen to Nasty Savage every day, but I knew who they were and everything. Yeah. And you have the certain songs, Welcome Wagons and the Gladiators and the Morgue, stuff like that I've heard and I like. But getting into the library and getting to learn the songs, oh my God, I became a humongous fan after that. I mean, I was just, it was wrapping your head around it and getting a grasp on it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Right. Ronnie was telling me with the addition of the new guys that the band is really hot right now, and he's really happy about that. So, Jim, you're the drummer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Oh man, I was in Dead was one of my first bands I was in. Then I joined Brutality. Played with a lot of bands like Lowbrow, jammed with Nasty Savage in '92. Still was my first show with them.
And you guys are Florida natives?
At the Ritz. What's that? I'm sorry.
You guys are from Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
very cool.
Awesome. It's all in the family. All in the family.
Germany with us too, right, Jim?
German gig in Germany. That was a killer festival, man. A lot of great bands.
Nice. Like 05 or something.
Look, yeah.
I look forward to seeing the band tonight. It's been so long already for me since I've seen Nasty Savage. I'm so happy that Ronnie is here tonight, and we're all here to discuss what's happening with the band. And David says that hopefully we'll have some new music coming from the band in 2019. So now you guys will be a part of the recording history of the band too.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be great, man. We're going to try to work on some new songs. I mean, we got some ideas that are really kick-ass.
They've been ready to write new music. I'm the one that's been kind of holding things up. So it's on me. So I'm starting to get a new attitude. I really want to do it. It's like once you're ready to sink your head into new material, then all of a sudden something happens family wise or something like that. So it's just hard to, you just don't have the time like you did in your 20s, unless you're doing it for a living, instead of working, a job and maybe doing a part-time job and doing this. It's hard to get that time to really just get focused on new tunes, but I'm going to make that time. I'm going to promise that we're going to have new stuff in 2019.
And David, when you envision that new music, do you envision it kind of in the tradition of what people know Nasty Savage is, or do you have kind of new things that you want to implement?
It's going to be in the same tradition. There's going to be, I'm kind of looking the kind of tunes that I'm looking to write are kind of along the lines of the Abstract Reality EP. Nothing really like Penetration Point that's completely just technical and off the wall. Right. Maybe some technical. There'll be some technical stuff and some kind of some things, little twists and turns coming around the corner and tunes that you're not expecting. That's what I try to strive on, and just good original solos. And looking forward to working with these guys. It's a pleasure to work with these guys and Scott, and because. There's no drama. There's no nothing. We get together.
That's what Ronnie was saying
when it's time to get business done, everybody's on time almost. Just kidding. I was joking, Ronnie. No, but anytime we have a rehearsal, we got to get to the airport. Everybody's there early. Yeah, we're having a good time. We're looking forward to what we're doing, and we can't wait to play tonight. It's going to be fun. Hopefully we'll get a nice turnout. Hopefully people will start rolling out up there.
So it's a Saturday night in San Antonio. Holy shit. Gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you guys for dropping in.
Thank you very much.
I can't wait to see you guys perform tonight. I want to talk a little bit about your other endeavors too. Obviously you're big into the biker culture. Share a little bit about Born to Ride and what you do on those fronts.
Born to Ride is a TV show that I produce, and I've been producing Born to Ride for going on 23 years. This week's episode, this week is my 1,183rd TV episode in a row.
So you're like on a channel, it's a TV channel.
Well, one of the channels I'm on is in 14 counties and over 2.5 million homes, cable and non-cable, satellite and dish. And we do the show every week. We have to do the closed caption, and we have to do the audio, the video, everything, deliver the files, and pay for it every week. So, but I have that half hour. So I utilize that, and then I publish a magazine, a biker magazine called Born to Ride, and it's kind of the life and times of motorcycles and the people who ride them. Yeah. And, the biker culture and heavy metal, it's kind of a parallel. They're real people. They have a lot of passion. They're family, they support each other, and until death almost, and so it's really cool because the biker culture is from blue collar to white collar. Women make up more than a third of the market. Wow. People of color from African American, Latino, Asian. It's just booming, man. And so is hopefully metal a little behind that, but biking is it's popular. So it doesn't matter if you're a hardcore 1% biker or you just ride once in a while. It's okay. It doesn't matter if you don't ride a Harley because it's born to ride. So it's just, I magnify the greatness of bikers and people, and I tell their stories. So when I magnify the greatness of bikers, it's an easy job, man. And, we have power with the media. So I choose to do good things with it. And when you do good things and help charity, because bikers are from military to children's charities to animal charities, some of the three biggest things that bikers support. Yeah. And it's not just around Christmas time, it's all year. So if we give back, it ends up coming back, but we document the lifestyle, because if we don't, you're going to hear a biker story on the news at 6 is hooligans on the highway, blood on the asphalt, bikers raising hell on the highway. You've seen them go by, zing, zing. So we just try to take people on a travel, adventure. We give them some knowledge. We'll make them laugh. We'll make them cry. But we'll educate you to the biker lifestyle, and that's Born to Ride, man. BornToRide.com.
Well, you're good at it, man.
man. You know, it's just natural. You know, I've always been a sales guy, but I don't sell bullshit. You know, I don't sell smoke and mirrors. You can't bullshit people in life because sooner or later that fast buck stuff will just get you. You really have to give value in everything. I mean, relationships with your family, you know, with your kids or with your boss or your business or your employees. Leadership comes in. You should always strive to be a better leader as well, but, you know, just with the band and relating to who we are in life, it all comes down to that. I say this on stage, the hate that's out there, the jealousy or hate or pure hate sometimes, look in the mirror. Is that hate coming from you? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? That's who we are. It comes down to that. Are you happy with yourself? Are you making the most? Are you sharing your life with people? Are you loving the love? Or are you just giving hate? You know, that's who we are. When you look in the mirror, man, we all have to serve that mirror. You know, so that's the best way I can put it. Because everybody can say who they are. It's like when the green flag drops, the bullshit stops. So people who talk shit, when the green flag drops, they got to even produce, or they're not going to last.
Right.
So it's the same thing in life. You just gotta produce. But when you look in the mirror, guys, that's who we are. You know, and I'm not saying I'm the greatest or anything. I'm just saying reality is real.
Right.
And that's when the buck stops, man, is with who you see in the mirror. So make the change. Make the change, man, because it's in us to make a change. Reach out to your neighbor. Say hello to that person. Make the call. You know, spread the positive stuff and not hate. You know, there's too much hate everywhere. Everybody's got the political left, right, center. You know, just try to help each other as a mankind. And I think that's what we do with heavy metal. We take people away from their everyday bullshit that we have to deal with, or the stuff you hear on the news, or is it CNN, or is it Fox, or this guy or that guy. We're going to take people away from all that for an hour or so with a concert. And when you're done, hopefully you might say, wow, man, that was a release, that was a rush, or it might inspire someone to go out and do something themselves.
And Ronnie, everything that you've given tonight in this interview is a testament to what you just said. Thank you so much, sir. You've been amazing.
All right, brother, we're going to testify tonight. We're going to testify because you know why? We're going back. We're going to get on this bus. And we're going to the old school. Is everybody in? Yes.
Oh, God. Ronnie Galati, any last words? Anything you want to say to people around the world who will see this interview? Anything that you want to share about the band or about yourself?
I just want to say thank you. I mean, I've talked enough, but and the cameraman, his arms are kind of, I know how it is. He's going, oh my God, I wish this was done. But he's hanging in there. You guys are awesome.
He's the best. That's my cousin Rick.
And that's what it's about. It's people who grind, man. If you're a cameraman, if I'm the dumpster cleaner, I'm going to do the best dumpster cleaning you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So that's what my last words are, is no matter what your task is, you make it happen. But, you know, it's Nasty Ronnie from Nasty Savage right here on Rob's MetalWorks. Yeah. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be back in San Antonio. And within an hour or two or three, the mayhem's going to go down. All right.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, everybody, you saw the man right here only on Rob's MetalWorks. Be sure to go to NastySavage.com, BornToRide.com. Follow the man. Stay in touch with what's happening. New music, hopefully in 2019. Nasty Savage only on Rob's MetalWorks.
Wage of mayhem.